Hello and welcome to the fourth episode of Hype with Nick and Sam, where we get hype on actors, directors, movies, all of the above, cinematographers, the PAs you've never heard of, the lighting guys,
All those guys.
the entire cast and
I
crew.
think I have a feeling our next few are going to be solely about lighting guys. Just FYI. So if you guys
Yeah,
don't want to tune in for like the next like 3 or 4 weeks, they're probably going to be mostly about the lighting guys.
tune in
So
next week for a 2 hour long interview with a guy that holds the boomstick.
and trust me,
Fucking
you do not want to miss 1 minute.
right. Oh, it's exciting stuff. In case this is your first time listening, my name is Sam, and this is my co-host Nick.
Yep.
We're going to talk about some Samara Weaving, the star of the Babysitter, the first movie, Ready or Not,
Ooh,
Guns
yeah.
Akimbo, and I believe that's it, correct?
Yeah, she really has not been, on the movie scene too hard. She's Australian, which I was not aware of until I kind of dove, again with the kind of the point of our hype podcast is who we're hyped up on, the week of, and I was watching a lot of Samara interviews. Didn't realize she was actually Australian. Got her starts, in a couple like I believe there were Australian TV shows called like, or maybe it was an American show, but it wasn't very, wasn't very popular or anything. And then, really her first movie, her first feature that she was in was actually a movie called Mystery Road, which I had heard of 2013. Then really her kind of first couple movies were Mayhem and The Babysitter.
Oh,
So she
Mayhem. I
really
knew I was
and
forgetting one.
Mayhem and The Babysitter were both 2017. So she really, it's really only her, she's going on her third year really in the feature film game, and we just thought that ever since we watched The Babysitter for the first time, we were like, this girl's dope.
Yeah,
And
like immediately knew that like I think like she's gonna be the next horror movie girl. She's gonna be the next Scream Queen. She's gonna be our next like James
right,
Lee
exactly,
Curtis. Except for she's kind of
exactly,
on. She's not as much. She's stylizing the role because she's not the victim in any of these movies. She
exactly
is
at all.
actually kicking ass and really
Like
fucking people up.
the entire time. Actually, I thought she was actually also apparently in three billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Oh, she is. I actually saw
Yeah,
that.
yeah, oh yeah, phenomenal film. But yeah,
Sam
yeah, she was
Rockwell gets
also in that.
absurdly fucked up in that movie.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah. So yeah, she in literally. So we go. So really, the first thing I saw her in, and I think we watched The Babysitter together, right, for the first time, that the Netflix movie.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say it was when I was living in my other place, like a couple blocks from the place where I'm living now in Lakeview in Chicago. We watched the Babysitter. It's a Netflix movie. If you hadn't heard about it, I know a lot of people I've recommended to and talked about it to didn't know what it was. And yeah, it's a Netflix original. And it's basically about kid's name's Cole, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically he's kind of like he's a younger kid, but kind of he's maybe a little too old for a babysitter, but it's clear that him and his babysitter, played by Samara Weaving, have clearly like developed like a really heartwarming bond over the years of her being his babysitter, and it's obvious he has a major crush on her, et cetera, et cetera.
They go through all the classic corny ass,
Right,
they dance together, they watch movies
right. Watch
together.
movies. Yeah, exactly,
They really
exactly,
establish the
exactly.
relationship real quick with those just those tropes that they have
Right,
in the past.
right. So yeah, and then basically, so what you quickly find out is that her and a group of her friends from high school or whatever show up, and they quickly murder somebody, and one of the people they bring with as a sacrifice, and they reveal that they are in a blood cult with the devil, and in order to, I believe, to achieve, I believe it was like immortality and like their wildest fantasies, they needed to sacrifice the blood of an innocent, which is like you quickly realize is going to be, they intend to be Cole, the kid. So that's basically the plot of the film, and it's basically them trying to running around the house trying to kill Cole pretty much all night.
You're like us, if you're noticing so far, you're like, hey, these guys, I like their sense of movies. It's very, very dark tones, stuff like that. This does not go along with those.
Yep.
Because this gives more of a lighter horror movie. It's way more comical. You get a lot of comic book-esque text on this.
Yeah,
movie,
which you also when we talk about guns akimbo. I always want to say akimbo. We'll talk about that. But that movie also has a good amount of that kind of cartoony style. But yeah, Babysitter, it's really gory, but I mean it's also pretty funny. It's not, but it's also really funny, and just everything about it is just kind of like, I don't know. So not, how would you kind of describe the humor in it? I guess just dark, but it's not really dark humor. It's still, because it's still light,
Anytime the kills are what is funny, like the actual deaths are taken to be funny. Yeah. That's some dark humor, I think.
Okay, yeah, because Ready or Not is dark humor, but in that sense, but also in a sense that the jokes and comments they make throughout the movie are actually really, really funny.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, we thought she was awesome in that, just kicked ass, and we're not gonna obviously not gonna spoil anything more, but the plot, and if you're into kind of just like a slasher kind of horror, or I'm sorry, slasher comedy, movie, definitely check it out. It's on Netflix, and the sequel is actually already out. Just came out, I think like 2 weeks ago, a week ago, something like that.
That's why we're doing this. She's not in it, as spoiler.
Yeah,
she's not in it. It's a good couple of movies, especially if you're trying to kill some time. I would highly recommend them. And there's some goofy horror for you.
Right, which
show you that Nick and Sam, we've got a sense of humor. We're not all
exactly. I was literally gonna say. I mean, we watch a lot of just like classic horror movies. Your Thing, your Friday the 13th, Halloween's. Love those, but honestly, we do love your horror comedy. Like if people haven't seen if you haven't seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil, or Dale and Tucker.
I think it's Tucker and Dale. That movie's hilarious.
That also hilarious. Funny. Very very kind of flips the. I don't want to get into that one too much too, but kind of flips the whole kids camping in a wood and getting killed by serial killer, a killer on its head. But don't want to go too off more. So we do have some more Samara movies to talk about. Do you want to dive into maybe Guns?
Let's do some Guns Akimbo.
Yeah. Let's go into that.
So I've seen this movie now twice. I saw it. It was on Amazon Prime for a long time before I actually saw it, because the original exposure I got to this movie was a picture just going all across Twitter of Daniel Radcliffe wearing slippers in his boxers and a robe, just with 2 guns, just looking like an insane person. And I was
even the movie poster, bro, like it looked weird. And granted, I like weird stuff, and we're also big D-Rad fans. as we call him, but because he loves doing those kind of weird, not it's some indie stuff, but just kind of these weird movies you haven't heard of, and
We call him
we love
D-Rad
that
because
shit.
he's one of our a close personal friend of ours.
Yeah.
He tells us how much
I,
he loves to
I'm
do these
hoping
B-movies.
I'm hoping this podcast gets over in the next like 30. So I'm expecting it. Actually, I have a Zoom call with him, but
I'm actually recording this on a cassette tape that I'm going to send to him in his mail address. And so
we have it.
he's going to have to find a tape recorder to play it on because I doubt Daniel Radcliffe has a cassette player just ready to go.
He probably does. He probably has many of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, guns.
So this movie is basically, I tweeted out how I felt about it because it's like Gladiator. It's this guy forced to fight for his life and for like money basically because it's like a streaming service that shows gladiator matches and it's ransacking the USA. Everyone's watching these people kill themselves. Yep. Daniel Radcliffe is a troll on the internet and starts trolling people. Classic D-Rad, this guy.
Right. Yeah.
It's either with a wand or his keyboard. Either one.
Either one.
Either one.
He is creating plot.
Right.
One of those two methods.
Right, and so he's calling people ass lickers. He's telling them to go shit on their moms. Like it's rough stuff, and they get.
There's actually he actually comments some super funny things which we should have noted on, but yeah.
I was trying to pick it up, but it happened so fast.
Yeah. The like it's one of those movies where everything kind of how would you say, like, it's a lot of quick shots.
It shows you text messages. It shows you those little bubbles, like really quickly.
Yes. Yeah, it's like things like yeah. It's a lot of fast cuts, but I mean that in a good way. Exactly.
Of it, and exactly. So he trolls a bunch of people. The administration of this thing called Schism, which is that's what it was. The company that runs it. They come to his house and just burst in. And they bolt guns to both of his hands, like full blown.
Literally, one of the funniest. Like again, the kind of like just like he literally wakes up. I mean, as gruesome as you can picture, like what having two pistols glued or screwed to your hands like would imply. That's what it looks like. I mean, it looks like he is in a tremendous amount of pain.
But what always gets me with these things is in some movies a person will get shot or something, they'll get hurt, and then for the rest of the movie they've got to worry about blood poisoning or like infection or something.
Right.
Some movies bring that up.
I was thinking about that.
Some movies bring that up. Other movies are just like, no, we're just gonna. No, he's fine. Listen, like he's fine. He's got
like. That's how I was thinking as soon as I saw the guns on his hands, I was like the non-movie watching person in me was like, man, like even if he survives with what clearly looks like he's going to be a part of this schism thing, even if he survives this, his hands are done, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
his hands are ruined.
His hands are ruined.
You've got to watch the movie because we cannot stress how bolted these things are to his.
Yeah, I mean,
every time he shoots a bullet in the entire movie, he winces because that would hurt so bad.
Yeah. Literally having a gun on your that kind of stuff makes me cringe, bro. Oh my god. But yeah, so just seeing those, like when he wakes up in a panic, makes me cringe. But yeah, so then kind of where does he? So then he kind of just starts going around trying to figure out what the fuck he has to do.
Yeah,
right?
You do get, and I'm not sure if this is a real dick or a fake dick, but you do get a D-Rad dick shot in this movie because he's trying to with two guns, and he's just trying his very best not to shoot his dick off.
He hangs dong.
It looks like a prosthetic dick. I would prefer if it is, because I don't want to see little Harry Potter's wang. Not yet.
I'm good on that.
Not yet. Maybe
not yet. Soon.
In his 40s, in some like super serious Scorsese film, and I don't know, maybe then.
Not quite yet though.
No,
But
I'm hoping that was a prosthetic dick.
I don't.
But so where Samara comes into this, we haven't even mentioned her yet, is
right.
She is the one assigned to kill Daniel Radcliffe, and she is basically this like psychotic champion of this schism gladiator thing, and she just loves cocaine and loves to kill people with machine guns. Like that's what you need to know about her in this movie.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awesome. It's very, very speed driven movie. Like the movie not only like has the characters do cocaine, but it makes you feel like you're on cocaine. I mean, not that I know what it feels like at all. If I did,
I would imagine
it would be Guns Akimbo.
Just like that.
Just like Guns Akimbo.
Yeah. So, just really good movie. Again, it actually took me because I was, we were planning on doing this podcast on Samara for a bit, and I hadn't even seen Guns yet, and it took Sam convincing me quite a bit to get me to finally sit down and watch it, but I'm very glad I did.
I mean, dude, so far the ratings don't help this movie. The ratings, it didn't do great at all.
But it's one of those movies where like I can see why it might have gotten bad ratings, only because it's just not for everyone. We can just leave it at that. Guns Akimbo is a super good movie if you're into just like, cool comic book style, kick-ass action,
anarchy. It's total
anarchy. Yeah, and like if you're kind of into that whole like like video game sort of like I don't know. It's really cool, and actually I'm pretty sure in one of the I was watching an interview with Samara and D-Rad,
Danny Rad,
and they were talking about like their like she's actually a big video game fan herself. Believe it or not, she was like obsessed with the last Red Dead game. So
that game is awesome.
Which is awesome, but yeah. So like, I mean, just again, really good movie if you're into all that. Which again, it would take convincing. Again, it took just seeing the movie poster for it made me convince myself more to watch it. But definitely check it out, guys, if you're into that kind of stuff, because I personally loved it, and it was just just a speed trip. It was awesome. Super dope movie. But and then before we kind of get into Ready or Not, which I think we're going to talk about for a little bit, I think we do want to just quickly touch on Mayhem, which I wish we could dive really deep into Mayhem, but I feel like we're gonna be going into Ready or Not quite a bit. But Mayhem.
Here's the thing about Mayhem. It's got one of the best lines of anything ever, which is someone in an office just completely off screen. And I've seen this movie, like, I think I've seen it 6 to 8 times. And every single time it gets me is someone in the background going, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you.
Literally, yeah. So the concept of the movie is basically, what's the lead actor's name again, besides Samara? I'm looking it up right.
Steven Yeun? Steven?
Yes, thank you. Yep.
Is it Yeun?
Yep, it's Yoon. And basically he's he works for this company. He's a lawyer.
Yeah, I believe he's also in The Walking Dead, right? That's where he's from.
Yep. But yeah, he's a lawyer who there's some guy who there's a virus going around. It's called I forget what it's actually called. He basically kind of defends this guy who kind of got away with the first murder related to the virus. He kind of like he's his defender, gets him off.
Well, you gotta explain the virus. The virus makes it breaks you down to like your most like your innate desires. Like I think it's id or whatever. Is it id?
I believe it's your id, and basically he kind of does like a little like monologue, like voiceover in the beginning, explaining what it is, and it's it basically so it basically makes people just go crazy and just just go nuts on each other and do whatever they want to do. They really truly want to do.
It's basically
So
a
it's
quantified version of what
mayhem.
coronavirus is doing
It's
to people
mayhem.
on Twitter.
Yeah, basically, exactly. That's exactly what it is. But yeah, so basically, he kind of finds out that they're gonna throw him under the bus. To kind of when they kind of the virus, it's like kind of exposed that they covered it up, and he's kind of going to be taking they're basically using him as like a scapegoat. He finds out. He meets Samara. I think she comes in for like some kind of a loan or something.
Some type of bank mumbo jumbo.
Some
financial just total nonsense. We're cinema lovers, all right. We don't know those banking terms.
I saw
What's
Samara. I heard finance, and but yeah, basically he tells her no, and he has like security take her away. So they do not start off on good terms. So basically the building goes into lockdown and it's in quarantine, and basically everyone just starts going crazy inside the office because the virus gets released inside the office.
It kind of is relatable to what's going on right now.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's very similar to it's a movie called the Belko Experiment. Also, a movie not a lot of people had seen that I've talked to, but very similar concept. But it's basically they kind of the dude teams up with Samara, and they eventually just kind of go on a mission to get to the top floor of the office to meet with the big wigs, and basically just try and save himself and from losing his job, and just kind of like as fuck you to his bosses and whatnot. But it's basically just them battling their way through a quarantine building filled with people acting violently on their innermost urges and desires. Right. So
here's the thing that I like personally, why Samara Weaving sticks out to me is because each one of these movies that she's done, like the guy counterpart, it's usually like D-Rad, Steven Yeun, like they do like one of these movies and then they go on to something else. Samara is like, she is like taking these roles that are all in these like comic-y, very stylistic movies that really like let her like just go up and just fuck people up. Like she just like,
they are like, now that we've been like talking about all of her movies, I mean, she hasn't, I mean, three billboards, but I don't remember her in it. So she obviously
these three that we just talked about, Babysitter, Mayhem, and Guns Akimbo, I think are like the three, because Ready or Not is a little bit more mainstream Hollywood. In my opinion.
Right, but I mean, literally every movie she's done, they've kind of been in that same category,
right?
Of like, kind of like horror, kind of action, slash comedy.
I would put it more like, especially the latter two, Mayhem and Guns Akimbo, are not horror movies. They're not. They are, they're action movies with like, they're hard R-rated action movies with hyper violence.
Yep.
I would compare them more to like The Expendables or like one of those like just like movies that you watch for specifically just bloody action.
Right. Like Belko Experiment's way more like, it's almost like a zombie outbreak, like someone fighting their way through like a a building full of zombies. I thought that's what this was gonna be, but it's really just them doing, obviously there's madness going on around the office, but they don't really it's not like they're fighting their way through hordes of like office employees going crazy. It's like them, like they're on a mission to get like the different key cards they need from certain people to get to the top floor.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
more them just like it's like more them getting to those people and like fighting them and
That's why
all that kind of stuff.
gives it even more of a video game vibe, because then it's like levels. It's like each time they're like leveling up to the bigger boss, and you are looking forward to them getting to that floor to see what the fight is like with the next person that you've already gotten to hate based on like the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely check out Mayhem. Is it free on? I think you can watch it on. Was it?
So we'll go through it right now. Guns Akimbo, free on Amazon Prime. The Babysitter 1 and 2, free on Netflix, and Mayhem is free on Shudder, which is a extension. It's like a horror movie streaming service, which I guess does go against me just saying it's not a horror movie. But trust me, if you're not into horror movies, you will not. Mayhem will not scare you. You will not be scared. It's not like Insidious and The Conjuring last week.
Nope.
It's not gonna do that.
No, exactly.
Our friend Brock, he called me and he was like, "You guys got to ease up on the horror." But guess what, guys? That's what makes us hype. We get hype over some crazy shit. So
and it's like even our final movie that we're gonna talk about with her, Ready or Not, which was I think it did really well in the box office and everything like that. I mean, it was critically received well and everything. But I mean, even that movie is it was marketed like a horror movie as it should have been, but I mean it really isn't like scary, like jump scares and any shit like that. Do you want to kind of get us going into Ready or Not? Because I mean that's her most recent one. That was from 2019 as well as Guns Akimbo was too. But Ready or Not is kind of the first movie I'd ever seen commercials on TV with her in it, and she's the lead in this big feature film. So
and so we were talking about the blood cult in Babysitter earlier. This is a family blood cult. Also making
lot of blood cults out there, guys.
Lots of blood cults out there, guys.
Be on the lookout. Seriously,
quick PSA to everyone out there: there's Corona going on. There's also blood cults. Stay away from blood cults. They'll tell you to do whatever you want. You will get killed by a 13-year-old, or you'll explode into a bloody mist. Okay? Quick warning out there. So
wear masks.
Just that is really what Ready or Not is about. It starts off, two people get married, and the husband, his family is like a gaming, like they do board games and stuff. That's like their company.
Yeah, they're like a famous like. I don't know. He's like the heir or like whatever. Like he's like the son of like a line of like they like board game makers for like hundreds of years. Like they made all the like classic board games.
Just generations.
So they're super wealthy, like incredibly wealthy.
Right. And so the girl Samara, she gets married to this guy, and then in order to like at the end of the wedding day, what they have to do is they have to pick a card out of this like scary looking devil box. It's like
and something I guess to preface first, but I mean this all takes place at their her husband to be's family's mansion. Yeah, this all takes place there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so she picks hide and go seek, which is apparently it's the only one that has a negative consequence. I would love to know what the other games like options are. Like if they just play like Uno in the case, hide and seek.
That kind of gave me vibes of Cabin in the Woods. How like they kind of had to pick something and they end up picking, the undead people or whatever. But like seeing all the other things on the list that they could have picked to be the thing that haunts or like attacks these kids, like Ready or Not, I was like kind of curious to see like what everything else was.
I know, like what happens if she picks another one, but
yeah. So
I just kind of want to read this out loud because I think this is funny. I was just trying to find out how it did in the box office, and the IMDb has this thing called plot keywords, and there's 5 of them. It says hide and seek, evil rich family, shot in the hand, most dangerous game, satanic ritual.
Oh my God.
Those are the tags. Those are the tags. So if you
Shot in the hand.
shot in the
Shot in
hand,
the hand.
that's a little Easter egg for those of you that are gonna go watch it.
Yeah, if you, I normally that's one of the first things I'll Google search if I'm trying to find a random movie. I'll put shot in the hand, shot in the foot, shot in the the not never the head.
I mean,
Every movie you're not gonna filter good results if you put shot in the head. You know what I mean? So
you
shot in
want
the hand
good shot in
narrows
the
it down a
hand
little bit.
movie. You got to get a shot in the hand movie. It just makes everything just a little bit more intense when you've got that
It
bullet
pops.
hole in your main
It just
character's
pops.
hand. Oh, this was directed. Oh no, I thought it was the same director as the Babysitter for a second there, but it's not.
Mm.
So never mind. But okay, so basically, this movie is super funny mixed with the horror stuff. It's got Adam Brody in it from.
But I mean, but I think we should go back to kind of just like the concept. So she picks the card, and it's hide and seek, or basically. So the concept, it's basically she has to stay alive till sunrise. That's the plot. That was like kind of, we're not spoiling anything. That was like the trailer sort of thing, or I guess the sunrise part wasn't. But I mean, it's clear it's a game of hide and seek, and the family's trying to kill her. And obviously, watch the movie to find out why. But yeah, it's basically just her, and she has to play this kind of survivalist role in this, which is kind of really got me hyped up on her, because she she absolutely crushes this movie. I mean,
She goes from all prettied up in like a wedding dress to looking like a Rambo character.
but like it's cool because she even mentioned this in one of the interviews I watched. She loves how her character in that goes from this just you're just classic, just normal girl. Like it's clear that she had to that she didn't have it amazing coming growing up and whatnot. She's just like a normal chick who's coming into this whole thing, and
Nick is saying she's a normal chick, as in she's not as good as men. That's what he's trying to say right now. She needs her husband's help in order to get through anything at all times.
I think exactly what I'm saying. 100%.
No. We're all about. But no, she is, and that's like what the best part about her is that she goes
seeing her transformation. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Like even when the game starts, she goes and hides. She doesn't even know that that this is going on. They don't explain to her that we're gonna be trying to kill you. They're just she's
making jokes. She's like, all right. She's like, my wedding night, I sat in the closet and played hide and seek for 3 hours, or whatever. Like,
and then the girl from Haunting of Hill House. What is her name?
I forget actress's name, but yeah, she's good. She's in that.
I believe it's Elise Levesque. Is that her name?
Okay. No idea, to be honest. I should know that because I love that fucking show. But
yeah, the girl that's that dies first in the Haunting of Hill House with the crooked neck lady, if you know what we're talking about. She's in it. She keeps on killing these maids, and so Samara sees her kill a maid like in the face with a crossbow, and is like, whoa. Like, Hank.
She's like, well, something else is going on here.
Yeah, clearly this is not great. And it's got some nice twists and turns in it. It's like, if you look at the poster, the mansion and everything gives it like an old school look.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely shot very well, and like it just looks nice. The movie looks nice, and like it's cool too. It's funny too because I think it was last week we were talking about when we were talking about Patrick Wilson, and we were talking about Pain in Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah.
Her reactions to Pain and to everything going on around her in this movie made me fucking love her. Absolutely love her. Like there are scenes where, again, so the shot, I won't give anything away besides the tag that Sam gave away, shot in the hand. But there's many other things that she has to paint, like sacrifice part of her body or something to get herself out of a situation. I would love to like reference certain scenes, but this movie's definitely too soon to be giving spoilers away. But
I think it's free on HBO right now. This is another one. All the movies we've talked about today are available on streaming, which I love personally. If after the show you guys go and you watch any of them, please hit us up on Twitter and let us know what you thought. All right, because we love these movies and we'll have a back and forth with you on Twitter. We'll go through a whole thread. We don't care. This is what we talk about. We love this stuff.
Definitely let us know. But again, but just the way that she reacts to, again, pain, it is incredible. Like her screams, her everything about it is just like you feel her.
Very real.
You feel her. Yeah. But then also at the same time, there are some comedic elements, and especially towards the end. I'm not going to give anything away, but towards the end, there's the way she reacts to some humor, some sort of ironic, dark humor and stuff is it's just amazing. She does this like maniacal chuckle in the end, and it just kind of is like her going from this nice chick to just kind of breaking, but not breaking in like in a negative sense, more just like laughing at just kind of laughing at the fucking situation that she was just in. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like
what I love too, because I was in that same situation.
She's just like like it's almost like a what the fuck was that laugh?
Yeah,
and just kind of kind of that kind of stuff. And she just does kind of shows her range throughout the entire movie. And Adam Brody's great in that movie also. It's really funny. So
hilarious,
definitely
alcoholic. Gotta love him.
Yeah, gotta love the guy. But seriously, phenomenal movies, all of them. And Samara is great in it, and we really do think that she, kind of could be that up and coming sort of final girl. I mean, because she really is a badass, and she's good at playing just like your average chick, gone, kind of not gone crazy, but gone survivalist, gone hard. But like but I mean, she also shows a ton of range to play other roles as well going forward. So
I like your average chick gone hard. That's an interesting phrasing.
Yeah. I was trying to think of like a different word. Gone. Yeah, I don't know. Like, but just kind of showing that kind of she kind of. The word I was looking for was Super Saiyan, actually.
Yeah, like, and in case you're wondering, yes, her hair actually does go like straight up when she does it.
Yeah, in the very end, and she does like the whole animation and stuff. It's pretty sick, but definitely.
It was awesome. So I just want to we finally got to hang out. Me and Nick and I, we haven't been able to hang out in like probably like 2 months. We've seen each other.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 or 3 times throughout this entire like quarantine thing, which is super unchill. But we finally got to watch some stuff that like we've been wanting to watch and everything. And just right off the bat, I just wanted to tell everybody that our inspiration, somebody that like we really look up to the How Did This Get Made podcast. If you haven't checked that out, please do. They talk about bad movies that are they good? Are they bad? Are they like
hosted by Paul Scheer and Jason Mantzoukas and June Diane Raphael.
Right. And so here from that, he just did a charity event with Rob Hubel, and it's on YouTube now. It's like 3 hours long, but you can just watch in and out of it. That's kind of what we did. It is hilarious. It's
very funny.
Okay, like they are doing it for charity, so you can still donate to help the wildfires out in California. But they go on like a little rant about how it's a charity for,
right. But they also make up a bunch of like fake charities and stuff, like and it's like it like jokingly like it was actually a very, very entertaining stream, just because seeing those two just interact and they're literally just having a conversation the entire time, and like that's that, and we're watching that and we're like, we definitely want to get there someday.
Right.
So that's why we're gonna keep putting these things out. And we honestly reach out to us via Twitter, freaking whatever. Call my personal cell phone number. But seriously, I mean, honestly,
send us an email.
Anything. Let us know what we're thinking about doing. So maybe some mini episodes, some skits we're thinking about doing. Let us know what you guys want, because seriously, we still are. I mean, we're just we're getting our footing now with these podcasts, because we know the content that we want to put out, and we've been loving what we've been putting out, and we just want to keep this shit going, because it's been fucking awesome doing this with you, man. And
it's awesome. It's a great time.
We'd love to just.
This is hopefully helping you out. If you're on Netflix, searching through all the different options. There's so many options right now. If you're like looking for a movie to watch, usually on these podcasts, at least one or two of the movies we talk about are going to be free on streaming. And we just highly recommend you watch them and then interact with us about how you felt about it. And we would love if you really like
You're
a movie.
You're in quarantine. What else do you guys have to?
If you really have a movie and you really want to get our attention, chop off your left thumb and send it to me in the mail, and we will take a picture of it and put it on our Twitter and give you a shout out.
Yep.
Only your left thumb. If it's your right thumb, then you're out. I'm actually gonna
right thumb. Yeah. Now, if you send them both,
they better be way up. Then, they better be two thumbs way up.
Yeah. Then we'll give you and your thumbs a shout out. But
if you send us both thumbs, I will personally draw faces on them, create little thumb characters out of them, and post a skit on YouTube using your thumbs as the main characters.
There we go. All right, so mail us your thumbs.
Yeah.
All right. We want.
All right. Hey, man, this has been great.
I'm not sure. I think we're still kind of tossing around some ideas for what we're going to be doing for next week's podcast. I think we're leaning towards possibly one on like Jake Gyllenhaal, but we'll see what we get hyped up on this week, and we'll definitely keep you guys posted.
We'll make the announcement on Twitter, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday, deciding what our next episode is going to be. So follow us. It's @with_hype, and it's Hype with Nick and Sam is the full name. And over the course of time, we're also going to be developing an Instagram and posting pictures of kind of like screen grabs from the movies that we're talking about, stuff like that. So just keep up with us. Yep. This episode's going to be out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, the works. Once again, I'm Sam.
Yo, this Nick.
That's Nick. All right, this has been fun. Get hype.
Oh man.
And